All right. So I've never done one of these before, at least a tear apart. So let me check and make sure that my sound is all good and how the picture is. But what I'm going to do today is I am going to open up the Super Nintendo. I've never opened up a Super Nintendo and cleaned it up, but I feel like I'm capable, so I'm going to do that. Just hang out and see how it goes. And it just needs to be cleaned. I can just tell it's a little dirty. So I've cleaned other stuff before. Some of you might have seen my N64. Okay, good. Yeah, we got sound. All right, cool. Okay, yo, what's up? I'm in the mix. So I'm gonna tear this thing apart. I'm gonna have some fun doing it. This is kind of my therapy. I think I've told people that before, but I like having things to do like this. It's more of a, I don't know, yeah, therapy thing. It allows me to just clear my mind. I can focus on this and just systematically go through it and clean it all up. So, what am I using? So I have some 99% isopropyl alcohol. I got a toothbrush. I got some Q-tips, some kind of specialty Q-tips, and yeah. So there we go. So let me see what's. This is my Super Nintendo. I'm just gonna kind of flip it around and see exactly where. These are security bits in the bottom. So let me find out which one it is. I do have a set of these security bits to open up games and consoles. So I'm trying to figure out which one's which. Let me just put them all in here for now. Why not? Okay. No, I'm going to have to, well, most likely going to have to use a Phillips head at some point. But let's see, what do we got? I think that's probably going to be the one. Just a little. That one's tight. What about this one? They're both tight. Are they both the same size? Can't be. Oh, they are. 4.5s. Imagine that. I have 2 sets of security bits. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay. Yo. Well, hello there. Lay it the smack down in the house. All right. So I'm going to take some of these pieces apart now. Hopefully not spill my alcohol that's just chilling over here. Let me pull it over on that side, just in case. All right. So I'm going to remove all these screws. This Nintendo has never been opened, so I'm kind of excited to see what's going on in here. Just reading some of the random stuff. It's on the bottom. This device complies with part of 15 of the FCC rules. Operation of this or is subject to the following 2 conditions. All right. Anyways, yep, boring stuff. All right. Is that all the way out? I think so. Feels like it. Just keep going through. I'm sorry if the it zooms in and out, but that's just how it rolls. There it is. You can see everything there, I think. All right, yeah. So I took the small screen, hopefully, and I blew it up a little bit so you should be able to see a little better the work area. Oh, something else I have. I have an air duster to kind of blow some of the dust out, but also to dry up the IP. Because you want the alcohol to be dried. Put these up in here, out of the way. Okay, let's see if I got all of these to pop out. Nope, only a few. Okay, there's 3 of them. They all look like they're the same size. So I'm going to put them in one of these spots over there. is going on down in there? Looks like... Maybe that one's stripped out, maybe? I don't think so. Alright, well, we'll see. So that one came out, this one came out. Guess I can just try and raise up the whole top, see if it comes off. It does. Okay. So, if any of you have wanted to see... I have not called the Nintendo hotline recently. So, what do we got? Oh, it's not so bad. A little bit of dust up in here. Hang on, you can kind of see. Most of the dust is right around the front. Up in there. Board looks pretty clean. Yeah. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. So the underside, pretty clean. But there is some hair and stuff in there. I'm going to blame that on my dog. No, I don't know. This has been a long time coming. All right, so let me continue to get this thing apart. Let's see if there's any more. These screws fell out. Yep. Cool. Those should be all 6 of them. Let's see. 2. Or 5. Nope. I got another one in here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's this one over here. There we go. 6. Last thing you want is to move this thing around and have stuff popping and bouncing all over. Okay. So, set this aside. Yeah. All right. So I don't think I wanna do that. Let me use this to kind of clean some of this big chunks of dust out of here before I start. Did I got a piece of wood in there? Yeah. What's up, baby? Bring trash can over here. Get a little closer. Yeah, no, it's not that clean, Andy. It's pretty dusty in here. It hasn't been apart for a while. So, just trying to get the big chunks of dust off of here. Then I'll go through here with the IP, the isopropyl alcohol. So it's a 99%. You can get lower percentages. I like the higher percentages. They tend to dry a little better too. Let's see. Let's see if I can figure out how this thing comes apart. Oh, snap. Okay, so if this comes here, comes here. All right. Cool. Don't want to lose this stuff. So, okay, so the longer end goes on the bottom. All right, what I'm looking at now is you don't want to just randomly start taking stuff apart with knowing how it came apart and what orientation stuff was. So you can see the shorter of the spring is up and the longer portion of the spring is down. So we'll put that over here. Also, this piece doesn't even really matter. It looks like it doesn't make a difference which way it goes. So we'll set that over here too. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know if we can focus it. See, it's a little dusty. You can see a little bit of dirt in there. Get a little closer. But yeah, so we'll clean that off, blow it off, and then we'll scrub some of this stuff out of here. I don't think I'm going to take all of this apart. I don't think I want to, but I am going to remove some of these things, I think. Maybe I'll undo that. Power switch. I'll just keep going through it. Looks way less clean, I know, right? As soon as I'm getting in there, I'm like, nah, there's some stuff here. Let's see, what do we got? Maybe a 1. Nah. 2. There we go. Let's go with that. All right, so let's take this thing apart. Okay, under there. This is the power switch. This is the reset switch right here. Because how it works, right? So you got the power up and down, kind of clicks in place there. Then we got the reset, which it has slides too, but as you can kind of see, as it slides, it pokes. I feel a little poke. So, yeah. All right. Keep going. All right. So I think I can remove this. I don't think I necessarily want to unplug it at the moment. I don't think I need to. But I am going to remove this plate here and see what's up on this main board. The same screws. Looks like the same. Okay. Let's see what's underneath this. Like I said, I've never taken a Super Nintendo apart. So let's play around, see what's up. Okay, so this is attached still, feels like. Yes. Oh, is this still attached? Feels like it kind of is attached still. But I don't necessarily want to take this apart. I don't have to. I need better lighting. Maybe I should have done that. Should have done better lighting. Let's see, what do we got? I did not watch any videos on how to tear these apart. So, but I do want to get inside and look at some stuff. Especially under this. Maybe if I loosen it. Yeah, it looks like it might have just been slid in there. Let me see. Nope. It's more than just slid in there. Alright, that's just going to get blown out. I think I'm just going to blow that out. Alright. So, and then this. That's from the bottom side. Do I want to pull this whole board off? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I suppose I could just take the whole thing out. You know what? I'm gonna. YOLO. Let me take a look here real quick, though. Because I don't really care too much. Is this just going to pull out? It does. Okay. So I'm going to take this power cord off. Okay. Cool. And I'm going to pull this whole board out, I think. I think I'm going to take this whole thing out. All right. Yeah, so this has been a fun thing for me, getting back into my retro law episodes and pulling some of my consoles out and messing around with them when I haven't touched them in decades, you know, because I run emulation usually. So it's really cool. Just have a lot of fun taking things apart, putting things back together. Let's see. I do want to grab something real quick. Time for some needle nose. Shame on me for not having all my stuff Got 3 other needle nose here. We'll go with that. All right. Sweet. So I can reach down up in here and pick out some of these. Yeah, because that's different. That one's going to go there. This one's going to go here. Let's see. Okay, so this was undone. Okay, so those 2 went in there. Might be able to pull the whole board on this one once I take these out. All right. Cool. So I wonder, does this unplug? Does that pull out of there? Or does it pull out of there? Well, let's see. Cool, it just told me Dantron came online. Well, let's take this thing out. Let's see what we got. Ooh, pretty. So this probably came through. It's from the bottom. All right, well, here's the board and the dirty bottom. Let me do that. Set this thing over here. Oh, that's nice. All right, cool. Looks cool. So now I gotta see, is there a screw on the bottom? Is that what that is? Let's see. I wonder if that thing just pulls up. Oh, of course it does. So this just pulls pulls up. Nice. All right. Let me just set this side over here. Get some of this cleaned off of here. Some of this dust. That's what I need. I need this. Just wiping some of the surface dust off of this, since I have it apart. Set that aside. But the board itself looks really clean. Looks really, really clean. I don't think I'm going to take it any further apart than where it is. There's one big thing there. I don't want to mess with that, I don't think. Just take that back piece off. Cool. I'm just going to clean the board from here and dry it out. So I have these, if you can kind of see, they got a little finer of a tip to them. And then I'm just going to take this IP, kind of just clean some of these areas. All these welds look good. All these solder joints look really good. It's just cleaning time. I mean, yeah, look at that. Crazy, right? It looked clean, not so much. Let me wipe out a little bit more on the other side. cleaning it up, taking some time. Yeah. Now I'm going to grab this toothbrush. Take this toothbrush here. And what did I do with it? It's right here. Where'd it go? Where'd my toothbrush go? I just had it. Oh, duh. I moved it out of the way. Yep. Cool. So now I'm going to dip a little bit. Just dip it in there just a little bit. The soft bristles. Just clean it up. Try to not knock anything off. Take your time. Don't beat stuff up. Just be gentle. Don't really gouge anything if at all possible. Just want to clean all this stuff up. Just take my time, go through, clean up all the stuff that you can without... See, there's a fine line, like how far I want to take it apart. This is relatively clean on the inside, but I wanted to get the majority of this other random stuff out of here. Oops, throw that away. And just keep going. Just take your time, wipe down some stuff, clean these chips and stuff off. Clean these boards up. This is really good. The biggest thing that I notice here, of course, is that there was no water damage ever. Like nobody spilled anything inside here. No evidence of that at all, which is fantastic. Cool. Save that there. So a couple things that this does when you're using canned air is it dries the IP, but then it also gets a little bit of those free dust particles out of there. Do a little bit more IP on that. Nice. Cool. All right. Clean this thing up a little bit more here. Stay. This front piece is what I want to clean up a little bit. Next. Yeah, just dip the tip. Just the dip. Yep. Okay, so clean up. Somebody did have some grubby hands here though. I'm cleaning off some of the skin and all that nasty stuff that gets in these little grooves. Looks good though. Not the nasty skin, that doesn't look good, but the overall condition of the board and all that looks really good. Nice and clean. Clean that bad boy up. Reset button looks sexy. All right, let's flip this board over and look at this back side. It looked really good from the first time I flipped it. So let's see what we got. See if there's anything else that I got to do down here. No. Nope. Looks good. Maybe just hit it with a... Yeah, there's no dust on that at all. Cool. All right, so this board is good. Let me flip this thing back over. Gotta get that out of here. All right. Take this. Kind of swap some stuff out here. So what I have here that I'm wiping out this dust, I'm going to blow it, but I want to wipe it out first. I have a Swiffer cloth, so warning to anybody that's using one, make sure that you're using anti-static gloves and make sure you keep the Swiffer cloth away from electronics because it carries a slight charge and you don't necessarily want. So there's actually been, if you're paying attention, there's been two things that I've used on the board or close to the board. I used the spray, the IP stuff, and then a actual paper towel, not a Swiffer cloth. You don't use a Swiffer cloth on the board. Just a suggestion. I mean, somebody will probably get in here and go, "Oh no, it's not that big a deal. You can't." I'm just telling you, I would not, because they're charged to attract the dust. So you start putting that around electronics. That's probably not a good combination, but you do what you want. It's just this Dantron telling you don't do that. Most likely, probably not a good way to go about it. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now get a look at that. Yeah, inside there looks nice. Cool. All right, let me do this. Set this bad boy over here. Put this thing down. Put this board back in. All right. Cool. There it is. Nice. Sweet. All right. Getting it all together. Looks a little cleaner in there now. All right. Next. Yo, what's up? Elder Panda in the house. Yeah, dude, I'm just taking some time. I just pulled the board, cleaned it up a little bit. I took it down to a point to where I didn't, where I felt that it was a good safe point. I didn't want to go too far on that, but I am going to clean this off a little bit more because people get their nasty, grubby fingers on it. So you missed it earlier, but I got a toothbrush, I got some Q-tips, I got some 99% isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just kind of cleaning some stuff up. I cleaned up the board already too, so just cleaning up some things here. You don't want to leave alcohol on these things too much on the plastic. I just use it just quickly so that hopefully you won't discolor it. Yeah, but that's all good, man. That's looking nice. It's looking nice. Oh yeah, dude, I'm doing great. Doing great. I'm pretty sure you're doing good too. At least I hope so. I miss you. I miss seeing you every day a lot. I think about you a lot. And but I'm sure everything's going good for you. And if not, you know where to find me. But yeah, so this is just me kind of impromptu messing around with some stuff here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so rejuvenating, you can look up some stuff online on that. See, my shell luckily doesn't have any of that damage or yellowing. What you want to do is it's a UV light, so you can get containers and you put a certain type of you got to look it up. There's a specific solution that you want to put in there, and then you put some UV light in it, you cover it up, you leave it overnight, you come back, and it's taken that out of it. So but that's what I would say, and it's not super hard. Like if when you go back and watch the beginning of this, you can see to take the top off, it's 6 screws. So if that's really where where the discoloration is, no problem. And you saw me take the whole board out and as one solid piece as well. So if you need to fix the discoloration on all of this stuff, these are quick connects that you can disconnect the wiring. I decided not to, but you can disconnect a bunch of pieces, take the board out, then you can do all of that for the for your yellow or for the yellow gray pieces. But yeah, it's really really cool. I'm looking at this too, and I didn't know this looks like Hyundai. Is that what it is? Hyundai. I don't know what that is. Hyundai. Yep. I thought they made cars, but maybe not the right one. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going through and putting things back together and cleaning some stuff out. All right, so just going. Oh, those of you that are wanting to modify your Super Nintendo to be able to play Super Famicom discs, I know it has something to do with this bottom piece here, or where it ties into the edges, something like that. So what I would say is this might be the time, if you're going to take it apart, do some research on it to see if you want to actually take a Dremel out and Dremel out some of those pieces. I know they have an extender piece too that it like clicks in there and it extends the actual game cartridge up and will make it work. So that might be less invasive. Cool. All right. Yeah, so if you're looking though to get rid of the discoloration on anything gray, so like of course the Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, PlayStation, any of that stuff that gets discolored, the gray gets discolored. Yeah, you can do some looking online on how to remove the color staining, and it's not too complicated. It seems like it's pretty easy. I just haven't needed to do that yet. Cool. Yeah, because you can see mine's still pretty gray, right? So thinking maybe I'll hit this just a little bit. Get some of those grooves. Kind of like how Stella. Just get that groove back. Clean out some of that stuff that might have gotten caught in there. Just be careful with the alcohol. If you're using isopropyl alcohol, be really careful with it around any of the writing, because it might actually melt the writing and your writing will disappear. So just be careful when you're doing that. You don't want to get that stuff on any of the imprinted writing, because it will smear it. Yeah, that imprinted writing. Keep it away from all that kind of stuff, or that, so it doesn't smear it and make it disappear, unless you're going for that murdered out look. So, all right, cool. Let's start throwing some of this stuff back together. Okay, so in reverse, let's put this back in. Nope, that goes back in there. This stays by itself. All right, so screws back in. So these last 2 screws were here. So I do this. All right, so this cover here, I guess I could put a link in the description. This is a heat-resistant mat that has a lot of good properties. It, for, let's see, magnetics. There's lots of little tiny spots to start putting your screws in, so they don't get kicked all over the place. It's really easy to keep all of your stuff in one contained spot, so it's not rolling off of your table. So I would suggest it. It is really cool. Let's see, so that one goes there. Let me put this back into here. Cool. Nice. Where's that one out? And you want to get these tight, but you don't want to over tighten these. Like, you don't want to strip them out. It is still plastic. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to thread it very easily. If you find that you're having to wrench down on it really, really hard, yeah, probably something else going on. You don't want to cross-thread it if at all possible. Well, I wouldn't suggest it. You can do what you want. I'm just telling you, I'm kind of anal when it comes to that stuff. So, yeah, I don't know about it being mint, dude. Yeah, the Panda, mine is not. It's in good shape. Don't get me wrong. I have my other one too. That one I want to say, nope, that one's in just as good a shape. Actually, my other one is even in better shape now that I'm thinking about it. It actually has the sticker that still goes onto here. That has the like, I don't remember exactly what it says, but my other Super Nintendo has that sticker on it. Let's see. Take this. Cool. Just putting things back together. Yeah, so Zach, my last few Law episodes, I was saying at the beginning, has inspired me to start, you know, well, I know my wife has been wanting to play some of this stuff anyway, so I already had the consoles out, but it's been a fun journey for them, and now that I'm doing, like, the last two, because I got a supplemental episode that's launching tomorrow, that's premiere chatting tomorrow, but it's inspired me to play some more of these older consoles a little bit. You know, you saw me play my Neo Geo. I played my TurboGrafx. So this one is now getting a little bit of its own love. Let's see. Okay, so that's in. That's good. All right. So this goes this way. Just slides down into here. Oh yeah. Cool. All right. So now I'm looking at what do we got here. Let me see. So I want to make sure I'm working backwards. Okay. Yes. Yes. That one goes through there. That one goes through there. Okay, so these two are there. All right. 1991. So crazy to see this. It's actually here. Let me show you. As I'm putting it back together. I don't know if you can see that. See if I can get it to focus on there. See that? 1991 Nintendo. It's pretty cool. I like this stuff. I mean, that was probably... Actually, I know that was before most of you were born. Yeah, I was definitely around. Definitely around. All right, get this thing. I want to clean this power switch up. Yeah. Cool. Solders still look good. Don't want to wiggle those around too much. Snap this bad boy back in here. Cool. Run this along there. All right, so what do we got? So we got 1, 2. That one's through. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Are those ones? Yeah, what you got? Yeah. Yeah, you're just a youngin'. You're just a youngin', Zach. I'm trying to see. Oh. This needs to be over here. Because I got a screw that needs to go in there. So let me look. Okay, so I think that's the first one that needs to go. Yeah. So that one. This one is going to go back here. Pretty sure. Sweet. Let me put this over here so you guys can see a little better on what's going on. Okay, so there's that one. Now these ones are going to go in here, right there. Yeah. That one goes there. This one goes underneath this power switch. Yeah, so Zach, I ended up picking up since the last, well, my first law episode, I ended up picking up my because my buddy Wolf was talking about it, and then my other buddy Eric. So Eric talked about Final Fantasy III, which I had never played. So I picked that one up. And then my other buddy Wolf mentioned a Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4. So I got that one too. Cool. Let's see. So I'm just going to finish putting this thing back together. I'm not going to speed it up because this is just a stream, so I'm just going to post it as it is so people can kind of see how long it really takes to dismantle. And now that you've seen it done, it'll be faster for you because I've never actually seen one taken apart. This is the first time I ever seen or took apart a Super Nintendo. But now it's all clean. Right. See if I can get it to focus. Yeah. Looks all sexy. I like it. Alright. Oh, front too. Here, I'll go like this. You can kind of see what I'm doing. Here's the front end. Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the OG streams are good, but I'm having to do a bunch of weird stuff to get it to work. But I mean, it's all right. It'll work for now. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that because I have to do a converter to convert it from, to the component videos, or I mean composite videos, and then I have to go from composite to HDMI, so there's all these weird adapters. Yeah, it's not necessarily the coolest. All right, so this is going to come here into here. Again, spring with the small end up. The long end's going to go in this other side. Okay, there we go. There we are. Yep, getting close. Spring, action. Action! I got my time crisis on. Alright, so that's going to go there. Come on, baby. So close. Got to get it down in the bottom hole. Got to get it in the hole, baby. Alright, so forget it. I'm going to do it this way. I need little, like, Japanese fingers. So if I go like this, and I go like this, and I go like this. Slide this rod out. Ugh. So close. Got to get it inside of this curly Q. They're not making it easy on us. There has to be a better way. There has to be. I say that, and then someone's probably going, no, there's not. Sorry. It's just going to suck. It's like, fine. So close. There it is. Nope, there it isn't. All right, forget this. There we go. Yes. There it is. Ta-da! Look at that. Sweet. Yeah, and it's not too crazy, as you can see, Andy. Did yours, though, wasn't it the one... Like, I helped you find that one, right? I think I checked it. I don't think it had too much discoloration on it, which is one of the reasons why I liked it. And it had the original chords, so that's always dope. So, yeah, getting it open, and it might be super clean on the inside. You just get the cover off, and if you look and it doesn't look bad, then don't tear into it. You don't need to. Just if it looks like it's a little dirty, like mine had quite a bit of dust on it. So I was like, nah, it's time. Let me clean this bad boy up. But now it's going to be good for another 35 years. Is that about? Dude, that's no longer than that. Jeez. Dude, that's so old. So old. Not 30 years. Let's see. All right. I think that's it. Let's put this thing back up on here. See? Reset button. Yep. Looks good. Went back together really nicely. Let's start. Nope. Now it's time for security bits again. If you're wondering too, Andy, I ended up using a... this is a 4.5 security bit for to get inside the case. And then I used a number 2 Phillips head for sizing, just so you got that. I know. I know. I love old hardware, Andy. It doesn't look as good, you know, if you have the means for emulation. It definitely does not look as nice, and it's a lot more difficult to set up. But it is really cool just to play it on original hardware. I mean, because when you're like me, and I'm a nerd and I have to play on original controllers, I have ways of getting original controllers to work emulated. But there's just something to be said for having it on original hardware. And again, Andy, you're a big dude, so when you tear into this, or anybody else, look, no need to get in there and really, like, reef on it. They should relatively easily screw in there, and if they're not, then they're kind of cross-threading, and don't do that. Just, you can go backwards a little bit till you feel it pop. Come on. There it goes. Nice. Yeah, so that's the trick. If it starts going and it starts, like, feeling really difficult to tighten into plastic, just stop. You're probably cross-threading it. You're going to cause more damage. So take a moment to kind of do the reverse trick. Any of you that haven't done that before, you basically get on the head. Get on the head, yes. Get on the head of your screw, and then run it backwards until you hear a pop. There it goes. Then you can thread it forward, and it will usually be in line. Cool. I'll show you it again kind of quickly here. So I'm going to have it in reverse. I'm going to get on the head of the screw, and what I do is I try and get it straight, and I go backwards. See if you can notice it, where it'll kind of pop. There it goes, a little pop there. Then I go forward, because usually the pop is where it hits the top of the thread, and then you want to go back down the right direction, and you have less of a chance of cross-threading. Perfect. Perfect. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. That's what she said. All right. So we're almost good here. Got to get this thing lined up in there. These back ones have been kind of a pain. There it is. Shook it, got it to drop down into there. Yep, right. Elder Panda knows what's up. Yep, plumber's tricks. Actually, mechanics, plumber, anybody. Like those are the tricks that you learn. There it goes. Nice. Boom. Okay. Now I look. Dude, that looks nice. Nice and clean. I got this last little piece here. The external clip. So here you are. Ta-da! Yeah. I wonder what would happen if we actually called that number. If you need help with your Switch, if your drift cons are drifting without you touching them, please press 4. All right. Well, that's it. All back together. And this was cool. I just wanted to take a minute to clean this up. At least you guys could see what was going on inside of it. I want to say thanks to Lay at the Smackdown and Elder Panda for just hanging out with me in the chat, dude. It was great to see you both, well, virtually, right? And hang out with you, and I really appreciate it. But until next time, you guys. Later.